Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to Nigratakis. Today we are going to talk about one of the interesting topic, form array in Angular reactive forms. First, let me explain what is form array. So the form array is nothing but a class. It belongs to Angular forms. So using this form array, we can manage the collection of controls and also we can handle these complex logics in reactive forms. First, let me provide one example. It will provide more details about this form array. So just to consider, this is one of the invoice screen. It contains two sections. The first section is invoice header. It contains the information of invoice details, including this customer information. And the second one is product information. So if you noted in this product information, the user can add n number of products. And also every row has the four controls. For handling this product information, we have to use this form array. So basically for defining this reactive form, we supposed to use this form group. So the form group, we can define the form controls. So we can use this form group for our invoice getter because the fields are static, we know already. But in the product information, so based on the requirement only, we are generating the controls dynamically. So now let me go to the application. Here we have to implement our form array. Okay, this is my created application. Here I am already defined one reactive form using this form group. So inside the form group we have two controls. The first one is code and the second one is name. And also I'm included this validation also. And the design point of view, I just included two controls. Okay, this is the basic changes I am already done. So now let me define our form group. For defining this form array, we can achieve in the two ways. First, let me define in the standalone way. New form array. So this is the array. That's what we have included like this. So now inside this form array, we can include this form controls or else form group, and also we can include this new form array also because it will handle the complex logics. So now let me try to include some form controls, and here I can include multiple form controls also. Okay, great. This is the one of the way. So now let me move on the second step. Here I am going to include this form array in our form group. So just assume this is one of the customer screen. So already I have included two fields. One is the code and the name, and the third field is our form array. So basically the customer may have n number of delivery addresses. For storing this delivery address, I am going to use this form array. New form array. Okay, we just defined our form array. Now let me try to take the values from our reactive form. So let me go to the HTML side. If you noted here in the form already I am defined this form group, and for the controls I have included this form control name. Now let me implement the event also. Here I just defined the function. I am going to include all the values in the console. Now let me go to the console. So when I'm submitting, so if you noted here, we are able to see this code name and also we have this delivery address. So the delivery address is here one of the array. Currently we don't have any values, so the array count is 0. So basically we have to push the values into the array. For creating the new rows, I am going to include one button here. So let me copy the same button. I'm going to include here. Instead of this button, I'm going to provide this anchor link, add new, and also I'm going to write one click function, add a new row. So here I'm going to define the function. It don't have any input at all. So inside the function, I'm trying to access our form array. So before that, let me define it. So this dot items equal to, so it's present in our reactive forms, get, so the name we defined del address. Okay, we have done. So then we have to generate one new row. I mean, we have to generate one new form group. We have to push into the form array. So first let me generate the row. So basically this function will return one of the form group. So return new form group of, here I am going to include 4 fields, okay, for the address purpose. So the first one is street. So default value is empty, and the validators I'm going to provide required. So the similar way I'm going to include 3 more fields. The second one is city, and the third one is state. So the final one is zip. For the zip, I am going to include one more validation. Validators dot maximum length should be 6. So if you are including this multiple validation, then you have to use the validators dot compose option. So these things actually we are just recalling, okay. So now we have generated our row. So let me push into our array. So this dot items dot push. So this dot gen row. So now let me click this add new button. So in the HTML side, we not done any changes. That's what nothing is displayed here. But let me try to submit it. See now. So we are able to see this code name, and also in the array side, we are able to see one value. So let me expand it. See now, we are able to see the street code, street, city, state and zip values. So using these values, we can generate our HTML controls. So let me go to the HTML side. Here I'm going to use one more div. Here first I'm trying to generate all the controls using this div. So after that, let me show you how to generate everything in this table also. So first we have to provide our form array name. So the form array name actually we have defined here. So let me take it. So after that, I need to generate the for loop for all the controls. So before that, I'm going to write one getter method. So let me define it. Okay, the getter method is ready. Now I'm going to generate the for loop here. Ng for. So let item of. Okay. And also I need to get the index. Okay, we have done our for loop. So actually we are going to use the controls here. Okay, we have completed our for loops. Now, how many set of addresses actually we are pushed in our form array? Based on that, we are generating the controls here. So first, let me generate one header here. Address of. Here, I am going to use this index value. Okay. So before that, let me define our group. Form group. See now, initially we don't have any values. When I'm trying to click this one, see now, address of 0 and address of 1. Address of 2. So how many times I have clicked this button, based on that it is generating the controls. Okay, so let me try to click this submit. See, in the array we are able to see the three values. So now let me try to create our input controls for generating this one. So let me copy the controls again. So our first form control name is straight. So let me change here also. And the second one is city. And the third one is state. And the final one is zip code. Okay, now we are good to go. See now it's generated the controls, state, city and zip. So if I'm trying to sum it, so all are the required fields. Okay, so that's what everything comes in the red marks. So even if I'm trying to click one more row, it will generate the next set of controls for the address of 1 and again, so it will generate the third set of rows. So if you noted clearly, the initial time nothing is loaded, so when I'm clicking this add new only, it's generated. So basically the initial load itself, we will have this set of controls. So let me generate everything in the initial load itself. So if required, the user can generate the new rows. For doing this one, I'm going to use this lifecycle hook implements on it. So inside that, I'm going to call this add new row. See now, okay, great, it's loaded. For showing the difference, so let me try to include some small changes here, the style point of view, style background color, Okay, we are able to see some difference, but it's not that much fair. Anyway, we can keep this one because we are mostly concentrating on the functionality point of view. So now trying to get the values from these controls. I'm trying to provide the exact values. So the name is Ravindran. So address is First Street, City Nagarkoil, State Tamil Nadu, and the zip is 629801. And the second set of address is City Trivandrum, State Kerala, and the zip is something like that. Okay. So if you noted here, the zip is saying it's invalid because we have included the validation is maximum number is 6. So it will allow only 6 digits only. Okay, now it's fine. So let me try to submit it. So see, now we are able to get the code name and this delivery address. It contains two records. So let me expand it. So we are able to get all the values. The first street Nagarkoil, Tamil Nadu, and also the second one Trivandrum, Kerala. So similar way we will get all the details. Okay, we have completed the add. The similar way we have to provide the provision for delete of individual addresses. So let me implement that also. So I am just copied this button. So after the headings, so let me provide the remove option. Remove item. Here the input is index. So based on the index only, we are just removing. So index data type is any. Basically, this is the integer only. So let me copy the whole section here. So the first line we are trying to access our complete delivery address. So this is the array. So using this remove it option, I'm going to pass the index. So it will remove the item based on the index. So now we have done. So we have to verify it. So now in the initial stage, so we have one set of address. So now I created two more sets. Okay. So we have to give some values. And the first one is ADD1 and the second one is ADD2 and the third one is ADD3. See, now I am able to get the three values. Now I am trying to remove the second result set. Okay. So okay, I just removed. Now we have only two sections, so ADD1 and ADD3 only. So let me try to submit it once again. See now, so in the delivery address, I have only two records. So in the design point of view also, we have to see only two records. So if I'm removing the first one, the only one is remaining. If I'm removing everything, so totally it's gone. So if required, I have to create once again, it's a new. So as of now, we have loaded all the controls dynamically in the div. The similar thing we can achieve from our table itself. So let me change everything into table. So this change will affect only in the HTML part. Other than that, everything is same. First, I am going to create one table tag inside that table body. So then tr. Okay, great. So in this table, I am going to use this form array name. Okay, and this for each, I am going to use this for in our tr. Okay, we have done. And the third one is form group name. So this form group also we can include in the row itself. So finally all the controls we can use this TD. So the controls are input only. So the placeholder, the first one is straight, and this form control name. So we already mentioned. Okay, we have done for our first control. The similar way I am going to add three more controls: street, city, state, and finally zip. And also we have to provide the provision for remove. So let me copy the same button from here. So this is actually for add. I want to copy this remove. So instead of this mat raised button, I'm going to use the mat button. That is more than enough. Okay, now we have done. I want to remove this section. See, now it's loaded in our table. So now I'm trying to create the new row. So it's created. Similar way I'm going to test this remove functionality. That also it's working fine. So now trying to get the values from this form. So this one also similar. So we don't worry. If I'm trying to click, see now I am able to get this one record. So now I'm trying to put some values here. Okay, I added the two values. So now I'm trying to submit it once again. Before that, I'm going to clear everything console. So when I'm submitting, I am getting these two records and customer name. In the delivery address, I have the two records. So that's street, city, state, zip, whatever value I have provided, I am able to get. Okay, great. It's working fine. So I hope you got some better idea about this form array. So anyway, in my next video, I'm going to explain on real-time application generating the invoice. So in that time, I am trying to consume this .NET Core services, plan to cover the complete credit operations using this farm array concept. So definitely you will get some more idea. So please stay tuned. Thank you. Thanks for watching. And also please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.